eager to tell me their Pat Schiffer stories. And I always love hearing what they say. From these stories, I have formed memories of my grandfather that I never really had on my own. Because I was just 4 years old when he passed away in 1993. I know from his former students that Patrick Schiffer inspired them with his love of flying. I know that he was unrelenting in his insistence that they strive for excellence. He was tough. Throughout his career at Western, and even after he retired, he would always offer check rides to all Western students. Only about half of them would take him up on his offer, even though he offered them for free. I know that he worked tirelessly to develop and enhance the program, and was devoted to his students in every way. Pat once even co-signed on a loan, putting his house down as collateral for one of the Skybrockers aircraft. My grandfather lived flying Stearman on the family farm in central Michigan from his brother who had learned in World War II. The Stearman they bought for $150. He was a civilian flight instructor in the Air Force in North Carolina, teaching new pilots who served in Korea. He also did some crowd busting there and back in Michigan. When the base closed in North Carolina, he came back to Michigan, enrolled in the Western Michigan University, and finished his bachelor's degree. In 1960, he was hired as the Aviation program's second instructor. He became the chief flight instructor in 1966. By that time, he taught almost everything, every course that the program offered. He had mechanics and both pilots and mechanics as students. He also served for over 20 years as an FAA designated pilot examiner and an FAA aviation safety counselor. By the time he retired in 1986, he had students serving and flying all across the country as airline pilots, corporate pilots, freight haulers, air traffic controllers, military pilots, NTSB investigators, mechanics, and yes, even crop dusters. Those students joining us today, are a testament to the devotion and dedication he had to his students. Flying was central to Pat Schiffer's life. It was a passion that he passed on to his children and grandchildren. Each 4 of Pat's children soloed on their 16th birthdays, and 3 grandchildren as well. Sons Alan and Mike are here tonight. They own and operate Al's Aerospace and fly warbirds. His eldest grandson, Matthew, who Pat actually had a chance to solo, flew F-16s in the Air Force and served in Iraq. Pat was sought out for his unique expertise as an instructor, especially with warbirds, water landings, and all sorts of interesting and unique planes, giving him the opportunity to fly many kinds of aircraft and make lifelong friends. He was a charter member of the Michigan Flying Farmers, managed the Otsego Plano Airport for 21 years, was active in the AOPA, Civil Air Patrol, and quiet birding. He also volunteered at the Kalamazoo Air Zoo as both a docent and warbird pilot. He had logged over 17,000 hours of flight time. One final memory I have, not entirely my own, a long time ago, many, many years, Western Michigan's aviation program, they had Piper Cubs, including 38070, and Cessna 150s, including 5A Yankee. I've flown both of these airplanes myself. My dad and uncle now own them, having tracked them down and brought them back home. I was able to fly 5A Yankee to my graduation ceremony right here in Battle Creek last April. Many of his former students will have fond memories of flying these airplanes themselves. Again, on behalf of my grandfather, thank you so much for this great honor.